Welcome to Spelunkmas, a 31-day short series full of tips and tricks so that all your Cosmic Ocean runs make it to $7.99. To start off the series, we will be covering what the Cosmic Ocean is and how to get to it. The Cosmic Ocean is a hidden stage that can only be traveled to if you do some very specific tasks. To get here, you must take the bow from the Pickaxe Challenge all the way to Sunken City and grab the Arrow of Light from the Sun Challenge. With the Arrow of Light, all you need to do is shoot Hundun's Eye and you will be taken straight to Cosmic Ocean. The levels start at 7.5 and go all the way until 7.99. They range from the dwelling all the way to Sunken City and will have 3 orbs that need to be popped in order to finish the level. Once the 3 orbs are popped, the cosmic jellyfish will stop guarding the exit and start to chase the player in a circular motion. If the time reaches 3 minutes, another jellyfish will spawn regardless of your bubble progress. The key to surviving the Cosmic Ocean is being patient and waiting for the jellyfish to loop around you until it is safe to move forward. For this episode of Spelunkmas, we will be talking about back whipping. For those who don't know, back whipping is a technique in Spelunky where you quite literally whip the wrong direction. This is a very useful trick because if you take a look at the first frames of the whip animation, you will see that the majority of time spent is with the whip behind the player. This allows for a giant hitbox that can hit enemies behind you, above you, or even save yourself from a deadly arrow trap. You can practice the timing by running forward at an enemy and turning around right before you whip. Once you have the timing set, the whip becomes the most versatile tool in the game. This episode of Spelunkmas is going to be a 2-parter because there's too much to cover. But today I'll show you the most important skip in the game, Ankh Skip. Ankh Skip is the act of surviving the one-way door that leads you to the death pit under the Abzu door. The first and easiest way to do Ankh Skip is with 3 paste bombs and 3 rope. You start by placing the 3 rope on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th pillars next to the golden idol. I like to remember it by inside, outside, outside, referencing which of the 2 tiles to hang them from. Once you have the rope placed down, you put a paste bomb at the top of the left and right rope. Quickly climb to the middle and wait as the explosions go off around you like in a movie. Don't forget to go pick up Excalibur before you leave. Since today's Thanksgiving, I figured I would share a juicy secret that'll help you live longer. Cooking turkeys. Lots of people don't know that if you go into these caveman houses, you can break the campfire and get a torch from it. With this torch, you can cook all the turkeys found in the dwelling. You can also use the power pack to whip the turkeys if that's more your pace. If the torch is already out by the time you get to the turkey level, you can relight it with any torch you find on the wall. This is a great way to get extra HP early in Spelunky 2. Happy Thanksgiving! Die, Yang! So for today's quick episode, I'm going to talk about killing Vlad. Unlike the one from Russia, Vlad is really easy to kill if you know how. The easiest way to kill Vlad is to bring the bow from the challenge and simply shoot him. This is an insta-kill, and is the preferred method. If the challenge is after the drill level though, you need to get on this chain and wait for him to start flying after you. When he starts to get close, climb all the way up and he will teleport into the wall when you step on. Sometimes he ends up in a little 1x1 and you will need a bomb to go get his cape. Please don't forget the crown. Since we're in the stretch until Christmas, what better topic to cover than stealing? Stealing in Spelunky 2 is a very straightforward process. All you have to do is place a rope on the same tile as the shopkeeper and you will stun him, allowing you to steal everything he owns. If there is a back item or weapon, you can pick it up prematurely and then use the rope, and you will either start wearing it or keep holding it as you walk out with your sweet goodies. Since we're on the topic of Christmas, why not treat yourself to a little gambling? Spelunky 2 already has enough randomness throughout the game, but a guaranteed way to win every dice roll is to throw the dice and whip immediately after. This will result in a guaranteed 1 or 6 every time. If you have pitcher's mitt, you need to throw the dice upwards before whipping due to the speed difference in throwing. I can't stop winning! I can't stop winning! I can't stop winning! A little known multiplayer strategy to get free resources at the cost of a life is the Ghost Shop. The Ghost Shop can be found under this torch in Quillback's arena. It can be found by using 4 bombs, a Matic, or even letting Quillback dig for you. You do have to be cursed in order to enter the Ghost Shop, which means that someone has a ghost pot coming their way. Rob him by breaking his presence and ideally have someone waiting at the exit to leave quickly. Otherwise, you gotta run fast! We're about a third done with Spelunkmas, and one of the most important tips is about how the Kali altars work. The Kali altars can randomly spawn on any given level and will give you rewards if you sacrifice enough bodies. The system works in favor points, with different enemies being worth more or less favor. For example, a pug is worth 8 favor, while a caveman is worth only 2. A pug will drop one of these items if sacrificed alive. If the pug is dead, then it is only worth 4 favor and you will need 2 to get an item. The best item in the game, the Kapala, is obtained by having 16 favor points. You can mix and match anything dead or alive to obtain this item and solidify this run as Cosmic Ocean capable. This episode is all about our green buddy Waddler. Waddler is a gelatinous being that can be found in Olmec's lair by placing 2 bombs in the corner. His job is to carry whatever you give him until either the ice caves or Sunken City. To find him in the ice caves, you can enter the wet fur area and look for the entrance in the wall. You can also tell where he is because at times a stone block spawns right where the door is. The entrance in Sunken City is very easy to find as it is simply an open cave. It's time to cover hitboxes again. Since I always play as Pilot in Spelunky 2, you might think my giant head is a problem for taking damage, but believe it or not, every character in the game has the same hitbox. This allows you to get away with an enemy basically touching you without taking any damage. This is even the case for super retro Spelunky guy, even though it's harder to tell because of his model. I am running out of time to make this Spelunkmas, so it's lightning round of Olmec skip. Without paste or pitcher's mitt, you whip to face away from the wall while still lining up with it. Then, place a bomb and whip it to the left. With paste, you line up with the wall and place a bomb down, pick it up, and drop it again. With pitcher's mitt, you place a rope on this block, climb up and down, and place a bomb. Place 2 more in these corners and ride Olmec up straight to the on. This episode is super late, so, oops. If you choose to do Ghost Shop solo, then you might think you're cursed for the rest of the run. Thankfully, Derek Yu thought of a way around this. If you reach a total of 16 favor at a Kali altar, you will be uncursed. This is the equivalent to 2 alive pugs or 4 helping hands. Being cursed is risky, but the chance of a free bag of resources and blood cup / jetpack is sometimes worth being at 1 HP. If you choose to go Temple instead of Tide Pool, you need to beat Duat to get the tablet. On your way, you might as well get the Alien Compass. The Alien Compass can be obtained by doing Van Horsing's storyline with him killing Vlad. Then, you will find an opening in Temple where he will be waiting to give you the compass. The item is super useful as it shows the exit location in every single level in Cosmic Ocean. Beware though, as the cost of the item is the Ankh, and your sanity, because Temple is awful. We're over halfway done with Spelunkmas! If resources are looking grim for Ankh skip, the best thing you can do is the Clone Gun Challenge. The Clone Gun is obtained by lighting every torch in this area before time runs out. With the Clone Gun, you get 3 shots to clone whatever you want. Killing Joel at the bottom of 4-2 can be done by sitting here where you are entirely safe. Then you clone the present in hopes of getting the rope or bombs you need for the skip. Be careful though, you might get 3 pairs of sunglasses and a jetpack. If you need to make some sick jumps but don't have any spring shoes or Vlad's cape, you should consider taking the shopkeeper's shotgun when you rob him. This is because when you shoot a gun and jump at the same time, you get a shotgun jump, which is about the same height as a spring shoes jump. This can be super useful if you need to reach a key but ran out of ropes early, or if you need to take down one of those pesky CEOs. A fun little co-op tip that can be run saving is freezing the shopkeeper instead of robbing him with a rope. This is useful because when you freeze a shopkeeper and leave while he's still in his little ice cube, he won't be mad at you, and you won't have to deal with that pesky exit shopkeeper that has way better AI for some sick reason. But wait, never trust Rafi D. Sloth. He will stab you in the back before you know it. This Spelunkmas tip is not some technical nonsense that might save you once or twice. It's about the equally important mental game of Spelunky 2. Sometimes you just need to accept that you will die in some very stupid and unfair ways. But the second you get tilted, the quality of your runs will plummet faster than Tun shooting you after you anger her accidentally. So get back up, soldier. You got one more run in you. If you have the Kapala and want to feel even worse when you get crushed in Cosmic Ocean, then here's an easy way to get 99 HP in 1 level. All you need is 2 vampires and 1 alive helping hand that is in throwing distance. You want to get them all together and start throwing the helping hand into the 2 vampires, which will result in infinite health, as vampires heal when they pick up blood. In order to get the Arrow of Light for Cosmic Ocean, you need to complete the Sun Challenge. The best way to do this is by using a paste bomb on this spawner on top. There you can chill without worry of getting cursed or hit by the spike trap. If you don't have paste bombs, then what I like to do is rather than time a bomb, I just place 2 on these spawners and start throwing any bodies that come my way to the middle in order to survive. If you find yourself trying to make a jump in Volcana, but you don't want your rope to burn, try bouncing on a lava mander. These helpful little stools can be used in a pinch when you need to get across without losing any rope or bombs. They will try to spill lava on you, but if you jump high enough, you should be able to avoid it. Watch out though, cause he's dangerous! If you don't want to end up like a kebab, then this is how to deal with dart traps. There are 4 main ways to get past dart traps, and those are placing down a rope, throwing anything but a beetle, using a corpse to body block the arrow, and front/back whipping the arrow if you're skilled enough to time it. You can also use the shield, of course, if you have one. To get past the dwelling, you need to kill Quillback. The best 4 ways are timing a bomb. If you throw a bomb in his direction near the end of his roll, it will almost always blow him up. You can teleport into him and explode all over him. If you have spike shoes, you can stomp his head 3 times and he will die. Or you could simply throw many objects his way and eventually chip his health down. If you want a pair of free spike shoes, some extra rope, and a compass, you should do wet fur. The best way to safely kill both Yetis in wet fur is by Excaliburing the first one and using a landmine on the second one. This is because the second Yeti can freeze you and insta-kill you if you're not careful. You can choose to landmine both if you want to be extra safe, of course. To get to Cosmic Ocean, you first need to defeat the dangerous Hundun. You do this by killing the bird and Snakehead, which leaves him kinda just sitting on spikes, I guess. To do this, I recommend timing 3 bombs on one head and then simply jumping on the other head 3 times with the spike shoes you got from wet fur. This keeps you out of danger because the faster you kill him, the less likely it is to blow up from his fireballs. The only thing I want to see under my tree this year is a jetpack. The jetpack is a surprisingly complex item in Spelunky 2. It has a limited amount of fuel per use, but you probably already knew that. What you didn't know is that if you rapidly tap the jump button, you will actually get higher than holding full throttle. This is because when you tap the jetpack, you get a little boost upwards. This means that you basically get a little extra jump that costs no jetpack fuel. On the topic of jetpacks, if you are new to Spelunky 2 and played Spelunky HD, you might not know that if you deplete your jetpack fuel and climb up a rope, you don't get any fuel back in Spelunky 2. Instead, you have to stand on the ground to use it again. You used to be able to place a rope if you weren't sure you would make it up in Spelunky HD, and get a full refuel. But Derek Yu had to make sure jetpack users would suffer more in this evil, evil game. If you find yourself without a cape and need to get down from the wet fur entrance, look no further than this easy little drop. If you hang on the outside ledge of the closest ice formation and drop straight down, you'll probably be safe. It's not like 100% consistent, but it's certainly better than doing whatever this is. Today is Christmas Eve, and what better way to celebrate it by getting that last-minute gift for someone special. Spelunky 2 is $7.99 as of right now for the Steam Winter Sale. If there's anyone you need to shop for and they love hard games, this is a slam dunk of a present. Even if you get some Christmas money tomorrow, I highly recommend you buy the game. This game was over 50% of all my Steam playtime. I have gotten 400 hours out of it, and I can guarantee I'll be getting 400 more. Subscribe if you found this information useful, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.